3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to my channel. So I'm taking you guys along for a ride in the trails of Thompson Park. Currently, all of the parks in Toronto are closed, and police are giving out major fines if they catch you trespassing in the park. So I'm taking a major risk making this video, but I'm doing what I love doing most. On this specific day, the weather was very cloudy and very windy, so it made the bike ride a lot harder than it should have been. But to be honest, I found this trail to be a lot easier than the trail I normally ride behind my house that ends up leading to Morningside Park and eventually to the beaches in the east end of Toronto. So right now I'm doing a little bit of a climbing. When I say climbing, I mean I'm going uphill. And all in all, I really enjoy this path. I've been in this path many times before, but I've never ever done it with the bike. I normally walk it or come and I just have fun with my buddies in different various areas of the park. But on this day, I'm actually going to explore the entire vicinity of the trail, and I'm going to end up actually biking all the way to Cedarbrae from Thompson Park. Currently, my cardiovascular system, as far as for being able to bike long distance, has drastically improved since I started biking early last month. So it goes a long way to cycle, and believe it or not, cycling burns a lot more calories than working out or jogging or doing any type of cardio. It is a calorie burner. So if you're trying to lose weight, cycling is probably one of the best forms of cardiovascular activity you can do. So I'm gonna go right now. I'm getting deeper into the trails. There's very little people, so all of the people in these trails, as well as me, are taking a risk right now getting caught. But so far in all of the trails that I've explored, I haven't really encountered any police or any security. I think they're mainly watching for people who are coming with cars and parking their vehicles. So as far as I can tell, if you're on a bike or you're walking or hiking inside the parks, I doubt anybody is going to be able to catch you, much less give you a fine, because these areas are very secluded from the public, and the likelihood of having people inside there patrolling is highly unlikely. But it still goes without saying, do this at your own risk right now. One of the major things that I've been doing to make these bike rides more challenging and more interesting is, and when I say challenging, I mean challenging for me as a rider, but also demanding for the bike, is that I've been going on Google and I've been typing in what are the best bike paths or bike trails in Toronto, and I use GPS maps and I make my way there, and then I explore the hell out of the bike paths through going into the woods and also the trails. The next bike ride you guys are going to see after this one is probably going to be the most challenging bike ride for me and the bike ever. Right now I'm going down the hill from Cedarbrae going back into Thompson Park. I probably hit about 50 kilometers on the bike, so if I wipe out, it's game over, because I'm not wearing a helmet or any type of protection right now. And yes, I know I should be wearing those things, but I've always thought it's kind of a nerd to be wearing them. But I'm learning that since these trails are getting more demanding on me and on the bike, if something goes wrong, it could be chaotic. So I'm going to be getting a helmet eventually. So like I said, I just left Cedarbrae and I'm heading back towards the trails of Thompson Park right now. I'm only showing you guys different clips of the day because I figured if I showed the entire bike ride, it would just be too long. I'm trying to hone in my technique with how much to show in these videos and what is kind of useless footage. So let me guys know if you like the longer videos or if you guys like the shorter videos. So yeah, so I'm just trying to show you guys different aspects of the trail, different landscapes of the trail. There's going to be a part that's going to come up where I'm going to pick up a bottle of water and I'm going to start drinking it. I don't remember exactly where it is, but I think it's going to be coming up soon. So I obviously wanted to put that in there. I don't know why, but yeah. So I'm just showing you guys a different area of Thompson Park right now that I don't normally reach, because when you're walking on foot, you're only able to get to certain areas of the trail. And right now you can see this has been locked off for construction, but on the bike you're able to travel through areas that you're not normally able to with a car, or even biking, because I mean even walking, because a lot of these areas are just too far away from the path to be able to get to. But the bike opens up a whole new way to reach these areas. I hope also when I'm talking, I'm just not going all over the place, because there's no real platform, there's no real scenario or anything with these videos right now. I'm just trying to give you guys some commentary as to what I'm doing right now. So I'm just still making my way back to the original destination that I started off from. I really actually like this part of the bike trail. This is actually probably the hardest area of the bike trail. It's going to start to go a little bit of more of a climb in the Thompson Park. I like going under those little tunnels because it just gives a different perspective of the landscape when you're cycling. Also, I hope you guys are enjoying how these videos are looking. I think I'm coming up to that bottled water soon, if I remember correctly, because I filmed this about 3 or 4 days ago, so I'm trying to remember where I am in the bike ride as I make these Oh, right here, I remember right now. I'm gonna pick up that bottled water right there, and I'm gonna take a nice gulp from it because I'm actually running pretty thirsty. Even though this is only a 10-minute bike ride, I've actually been cycling for close to an hour about this time, non-stop. And if you guys have noticed, I'm not cruising. I'm actually going at a fairly steady pace on the bike ride, so that takes a lot on the lungs and the overall cardiovascular system. Going back to what I was saying a little bit ago is that as far as the videos go, I'm actually recording these videos now, the cycling videos, at 4K 30 frames a second with the bitrate very, very high. So the quality is insane. But unfortunately, the Facebook algorithms only allows for low quality resolutions, and I just hate the aspect ratio that Facebook shows my videos. But anyways, yeah, so I'm recording these videos at 4K 30 FPS. Once I start uploading them to my YouTube channel, and you guys can actually see the actual perspective of the way I want the videos to look, I think they look incredible. Especially as I go into different areas where there's shadow, like under these tunnels. It just looks amazing in comparison to any other way I was able to film these with the cell phone or whatever. And if you guys are paying attention, you're gonna notice that these videos are incredibly stable, versus when I tried this about a month ago, the video was unwatchable recording with a cell phone, because the stabilization on the cell phone is of the utmost worst possible. So it was impossible to see what was happening once I started riding the bike. So right now I am nearing the end of my journey, and when I say that is because I'm actually skipping ahead in the clip. So I'm actually back at Thompson Park right now, and I'm going to be going through different areas that lead out to the parking lot of Thompson Park. And then there's going to be a little bit of a climb that I have to do on the soccer field that's there. So I'm going to make a right here. And this is a little area that I used to take my niece when she was a baby, and I would just show her the ducks in the pond. So if you guys go to Cedarbrae Mall, you'll be very familiar with the barbecue area in the park right now. So I'm just making my way to the end of my bike ride, and it ended up being a pretty fun bike ride. It was actually just a little bit chilly, but once you start cycling, your body warms up fairly quickly, so it's not so bad. And I'm actually wearing 2 layers of clothing right now, so the bike ride was actually okay. But just what makes these bike rides harder is how much wind you're having to fight. And for some reason, whenever I'm biking, the wind seems to always be blowing in the opposite direction that I'm going, making the bike ride even more incredibly difficult. And I don't know why, but I always seem to have the Bundy luck when it comes to cycling against the wind. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little bike ride that I did. Let me know if you guys prefer the longer videos, or if you guys like the shorter bike ride videos, which are obviously going to be more edited in comparison to the longer videos. So anyways, keep an eye out for the next video, because the next video is going to be the one that is the epic ride that I did at a different trail that I've never encountered, and it put the bike and myself to the utmost challenging feat ever.